everyone. Welcome to another episode of HPCritical. It's a podcast where my friends and myself talk about all things gaming. Can you guys hear me well?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Should have accessed beforehand, but here we are. I'm sorry, Brandon's here.
Hey.
And Kelly's here.
Hi, everybody.
And Gabe's here.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. And today is March 10th, which makes it Mario Day. And
sorry.
Okay,
this man literally played Mario in 3D World and he's out here booing Mario.
Yeah, I'm gonna boo fucking Mario. I don't see fucking Zelda getting the type of respect it deserves.
That was a very...
Wait, hang on. Hold on. Why isn't there a Zelda Day? Is there a Zelda Day?
Yeah, Zelda Day should be the fucking day it came out. But guess what? Nintendo passed over it again this year.
Damn.
So...
moving on.
I'm sorry, Gerald. Did you have like an agenda you wanted to talk about?
I did.
Oh, that's a shame. We're here to talk about Nintendo only.
Apparently.
All right, I'm leaving.
I'm gonna be right behind you. So because it's Mario Day, what are your favorite memories and or favorite Mario games?
I will give a similar answer to what I put in our official Twitter, but also spice it up a little bit since this is the podcast. Yeah, no, so I really enjoyed Mario Odyssey. That's my favorite mainline Mario game, but I also really enjoyed the Galaxy games back in the day. They used to be my favorites. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Mario Golf Super Rush are probably my favorite sports games. I have a soft spot for Mario Party 3. Favorite overall Mario game is Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, though. In fact, it's probably my favorite video game, period. But yeah. And yeah, I really enjoyed when we, if I had to talk about favorite Mario memories, I have a few. I'll just narrow it down to two. One is the one I said on Twitter, is when we did the stream, the full playthrough of Super Mario 3D World and beat the entire game 100%. That was awesome. It was a great experience. And also, every time I go through like the Thousand Year Door, I always do so with like a certain different person each time. Like the first time I did it by myself. Second time, my older nephew watched me play through it. The third time was like my younger nephew watched me through it. So it's always like, at some point I'm going to stream that game and the audience is going to be even wider. But, you know, yeah. I have a lot of special memories of the Mario games. It's been with me since the early days of gaming, and it will probably be with me until the end of gaming.
Why do you sound like that?
I don't know, man. That's the tone I decided to go to with.
Okay. I don't like Mario, so none for me. Next.
My favorite Mario game is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
He's in there. It's true.
He's the mascot. I'm sorry.
There's 9 Mario games. There's 9 Mario characters in that game. It's basically a Mario.
No, but my favorite actual Mario game is probably Super Mario 3D World. Doesn't matter which one, Wii U, Nintendo Switch. For me, I think it's the music.
Oh yeah, that soundtrack is.
It's definitely the music. It would have been Odyssey, but Odyssey, there's kind of like a point mid game where it kind of stretches on too long. It's like, bro, stop chasing the stupid dinosaur or whatever he is, the giant turtle. Like, just get like, there's so many points in the game. You're like, oh, we're getting near the end. It's like, no, it's like, but yeah.
I wish I liked Mario more.
The first gaming system that I had was a Super Nintendo, so the only game that we had was Super Mario World. So I used to play that a lot. I like looking at it now, like we never got past like the first world. We were so bad, but I used to play with my older sister, Jennifer. We used to play a lot. She was better than me, but we're about 10 years apart. So she was like much older than me, and she was like able to play it. I was like 8 years old. I literally got it like the 64 was already out. I didn't have one. Whatever, it was like some hand-me-down, but it was like I remember playing it. I wanted to play it all the time. Like it's all I cared about. And then one of our friends had a Nintendo 64 and they had Super Mario 64, and I would just go over there and just play the level with the baby penguin every time.
Oh.
And drop it off the ledge after giving it to its mom every time. Like that was it. That was the whole thing I did. I just played that level. I even would just take shortcuts to go down the slide to like get the baby, give it to the mom, get the star, drop it off the cliff every
What is your
time. I don't know. It's a thing.
legitimate serial killer vibes?
Yeah, whatever. That's what I used to do. I never had a 64. I was literally on someone else's console that I would do that. But I was like a kid, you know, I mean, whatever. And that's pretty much all I have for Mario games. I mean, those are pretty good memories though. Those games were fucking hard though, not gonna lie. I mean, I tried to play Super Mario 64 like when it came, like when it was re-released for the Switch. I can't play that. I'm like struggling on one level. I'm like, this is stupid, you know. It's nostalgic, but it's hard.
I didn't have a Super Nintendo Entertainment System. I just feel like I'm making this so sad, so I'm gonna move on unless anyone has any more lovely Mario memories. I guess I would say that my favorite. No, I didn't like that at all. Never mind.
Oh my god.
I mean, I've played Mario Kart camping on the Switch. Like me and my boyfriend went camping and we like played it on the small screen with like the controllers, like two adults like camping playing it. That was fun. That was a cute memory.
The fact that Jarrell's favorite memory isn't doing the stream with us, Brandon, is very telling of our friendship with him.
It's not.
Anyway.
It's because that was very hard to not only do but coordinate and get together, and I just remember all the annoying times. The best part,
him off the stage.
Yeah, I only remember the good times. Damn.
That was so chaotic. I can only handle so much chaos, so y'all can blame Christy for my experience. I can only handle that game. Literally,
that was a collaborative chaos. That was not all her.
Fine. However, that game got to a point where I was like, oh my god, I just want to finish it. I feel like we're spending way too much time on this fucking game. And yeah, that was my experience with that. The best part was that I could be a cat, but then y'all stole my cat bell sometimes, and I was like, well, I don't want to play this shit. Where's the fucking cat bell? If I can't be a cat, why am I playing? This is stupid. I'm such an asshole. Sometimes. I just don't care for platformers very much, so I guess Double Dash, but I never picked.
Double Dash is great.
So Activision Blizzard has been sued for wrongful death by the family of the woman who committed suicide and was named in the California State Agency lawsuit from last July. What a way to transition there. I apologize, guys. Also, Alan Ladd Jr. has passed away at the age of 84. He was the former president of 20th Century Fox who greenlit the Star Wars movies when every other studio turned it down. Yeah, any comments on that before I move on? Either one of those stories?
Good on that guy. Rest in peace.
Sorry.
That's all I really got to say about that.
Good on that guy. Rest in peace.
I mean, I can't imagine what things would have been like without Star Wars existing.
Yes.
Kind of cool. Like, I don't know. I mean, he gave it a chance.
We all would have been throwing up this time instead of saying "May the Force be with you."
Well, I mean, I watched Star Trek because it was black people in it.
I mean,
I watched Star Trek because Chris Pine was in it. I didn't know what the fuck that movie was about. I was like,
same.
Star Trek?
Oh, I meant like the old Star Trek.
I tried. I watched the new ones and I was like, all right, I'll give the old ones a try. And I'm like,
well, it wasn't.
It was a
Star Wars.
It was a moment in time, though.
Yeah, it was one of those things where it's a moment in time. You have to have a certain taste, you know, like Terrell does. But like to me, I don't know, when I can only watch the new movies.
It's crazy though that it is older than Star Wars and it does have black people in it. Like, I can't believe something newer literally doesn't.
That's what I'm saying.
As a matter of fact, isn't Mace Windu the only black character in Star Wars?
The only one I know of.
From there's no.
Who? Tell me.
Lando Calrissian.
Oh shit.
Okay.
You're
okay.
Right.
Who
Fine.
double crosses
There are two
them?
of them.
Who's like, he's like a bad guy for part of it. So I don't
know.
Is he really a bad guy if he had it all planned the entire time?
Whatever. There's two of them.
There's three. I said three.
Who's the other one?
There's also
Finn.
Who?
Oh, Finn from the new one.
Do you see?
Okay,
I don't even count Finn because they fucking tried his ass. They could have just not put him in the movie.
I don't count Finn because I don't count the sequels. Those things are
and I was not talking about I was not talking about the last three. I was talking about since we were talking about the past, I was talking about the first six.
Yeah.
I mean, but also you had some is he Polynesian?
Who are you talking about? Timur Morrison.
Yeah, the guys who play the Fets.
He's
They're
from
not white.
He's
Oh,
from
well,
they're both from New Zealand.
They're covered head to toe. So
No,
Also, I'm not
Jango
even gonna
Fett takes his
pretend
shit off.
like I've seen all these movies because I haven't. I stopped after the first three.
Which first three?
The third,
first three,
fourth,
first
and
three,
fifth?
or
I don't fucking know.
No, it's
I don't
4,
know,
5,
but
6, bro.
whatever. What I do know is that Xbox has suspended sales in Russia.
And
Cool.
PlayStation and Nintendo and other game developers.
There was something I wanted to talk about Nintendo, and I completely forgot. But there's an article at GameSpot that I do want to talk about titled "We Need to Talk About How Bra Sizes Work." It is a definitive bra size guide for gamers. So before I even read segments of this, when you guys hear that, how do you feel about it? Because there was some serious discourse on Twitter about this article.
Bra size for gamers.
Yeah,
bra
I don't-
sizing.
Yes,
It's-
the article is titled "We Should Talk About How Bra Sizes Work." It's from GameSpot.com, written by Callie Plagg. And the tagline is "The Definitive Bra Size Guide for Gamers." And it's essentially talking about Tifa, because a lot of people have been talking about Tifa's bra size and breast size since the original Final Fantasy VII. And it basically goes on to talk about realistically how bra sizes work, and how that translates. But before I read segments of it, how do you guys feel about that title? Because it's created some discourse.
I mean, I know
It's-
how bra sizing works, but I
It's
mean,
interesting.
the measurements of video game characters are not probably easy to size. I wonder what size Tifa would be.
Square Enix did give the full bra size of Tifa in the Ultimania, I think, for FF7.
Do we have it? Because I kind of want to guess and I want to see.
What
how
is
close I
Tifa's
am.
bra size?
I don't remember. I think it was
It's got to be like a 32E.
Brandon went to go look at photo proof. I don't know. Gabe's looking it up. However, the article does specifically talk about Tifa Lockhart, who has
Damn, sorry.
It's a 32 triple D. I was very close.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
mine
what it
says
was.
G70.
No, it's a 32 triple D.
Oh no, yeah, there it goes.
So I said 32E. That was close.
So the article says, quote, Tifa Lockhart, who's been accused of having B-cup breasts as her character model in the Final Fantasy VII remakes, looked different from her extra busty appearance in the PS1 era, as well as the entire female cast of Mortal Kombat 11, for that matter. Now, these are all fictional women who have top-of-the-line physics engines supporting them, so it's not like they really need the extra support from an $80 Lululemon sports bra. But if we're going to use bra size as a shorthand to talk about fake women's bodies, we're going to do it right, goddammit. And that was essentially what the article was about. She goes on to talk about how bra sizes work. Here's another quote. A 36 double D, for example, is the same as a 34 triple D. Those two people have the same size breast, but one has a smaller rib cage, so the cup size scales up a bit. Why does big lingerie do this? Because the cup size represents the difference between your band measurement and your breast measurement, with 1 inch difference being an A, 2 being a B, and so on. We learned a lot here. You know what else they should do? How men's jeans work on male characters in gaming.
Talking about like jeans or like jeans?
I don't understand your question.
GENES
jeans or
pants.
Oh, JEANS.
what?
Yeah, because does Chris Redfield wear
How
a
did you just spell it?
3230? JEANS.
I thought you said JAENS. I was like, that's how you spell jeans, dude. My
Well,
bad.
I mean, it is also 11 p.m. So
Is
it
it though? It's
Yeah.
10:57 for the record, people.
Whatever.
This is, but on a good side, this is our last 10:57 a.m. p.m. starts. I'm tired.
I just honestly wish that female characters in video games didn't have to wear a bra, but then at the same time, that would be all that people would focus on. Like, I want like a video game character with natural tits, because why? Just have them. That's what they look
Okay,
like.
but Kelly, some girls have just naturally big boobs.
Big, not perky. I ain't talking about big.
You are
I'm
right.
talking about
You
perky.
are 100% right.
Ain't no double D sticking up like here, you know?
Well, it depends on how many surgeries you've had.
I'm saying naturals. I'm saying big naturals.
You did say natural. I apologize. You did say natural.
I guess some women probably do, but I mean, I would feel like gravity does its work, you know?
Especially if you're fucking fighting all the time.
Wait, doesn't Tifa have a kid? Is that not her kid? Isn't there like a kid?
Oh, Marlene, that is not her baby. Tifa
okay.
As
far
I was
about to say, then the mugs would be like flat.
First of all, so quick aside, since we're talking about Final Fantasy VII, I played the original, and the first time I played the original, Barrett is like, "This is my daughter." I might have told you guys this before, but Barrett's like, "Oh, this is my daughter," and I was like, "But she white and you not." Like, there's clearly something's wrong here. I found out why she was white later on, but I thought, like, if they made him brown, why didn't just also make her brown if that's his daughter? Like, this doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, y'all didn't run out of brown fucking pixels. Anyway, it's not Tifa's daughter. is where I'm going with that. There was a bunch of, like I was mentioning, there's a bunch of discourse over this article. And a lot of people were like, "Oh, this is disgraceful. This isn't even real journalism. Like, what are you talking about?" And then there were other people that were like, "Finally, somebody understands how women's bra sizes work, and it's educational for dumbass dudes who think that Tifa's big boobs are just gonna be perky as fuck." Like Kelly said, like she's not wearing a fucking sports bra all the time. So how do you guys feel about it? Clickbaity? Helpful?
I mean, the title talked about what it was going to talk about. I mean, it's like the title said, "Let's talk about bra sizes," and then started talking about condoms.
It's good to like educate the masses that might never see a bra on what it, you know, what sizes are like.
Boobs.
I just like, why wouldn't they see a bra?
Because they're never going to get that close to a woman.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
No. I was just like, if you're gonna like have sex with a woman, unless she wasn't wearing one, but I see it's because you're never gonna have that.
They're not gonna get the opportunity. I don't know. I was just thinking about that Horizon Forbidden West, like she has like facial hair, you know, because everyone has facial hair. And they're like,
why does the cybers? Why does she look like a dude?
I'm like, have you been
yesified her
close to a woman ever, like in your life? Yes, body hair exists.
I hate that this happens. Like, I hate that people are so like incensed by natural things. Like, you assume that people have mothers and sisters and friends and they encounter natural bodies and like they know what this is like, but apparently they just don't, and that's so sad.
It's like, I don't know, there's just like some unrealistic beauty standards out there. Like, people have their faces waxed now. Women, that's how their makeup is so perfect. Like, you have your face waxed, there's no hair, and then it's perfect. I always wondered, like, why can my makeup never look like that? It's because I have facial hair. There's like texture. It's never going to be perfect. I don't have surgery. I don't get my face waxed, like whatever. But like, you see them on TikTok and they have perfect skin. You know, I'm not going to have that. Normal people aren't going to have that.
No knock to people who have had surgeries. I've had 3 surgeries. My friends have had surgeries. Like, no knock to us, you know, shit happens. You gotta keep it right and tight.
You gotta have surgeries. I mean, my mom just had surgery, you know, cosmetic surgery. That's fine. I'm not mad.
I've had 2 cosmetic surgeries, and you'll never know where because my doctor was fucking awesome.
Those lips are fake. I know it.
Oh my God, no, they're real.
You know it, isn't it?
Anyway, so Forspoken has been delayed until October from May. That's a thing, since we're talking about women. Also, God of War is reportedly having a TV show in the works coming to Amazon Studios, I think it is. Any comments?
I just don't understand, like, whatever. You know what? I'm not going to say anything because I watched The Witcher and didn't play the game, but like I was about to say, I can't imagine wanting to watch a video game thing because it's not as engaging as actually playing a video game. But I mean, I've watched plenty of video game movies, so I'll shut
To
up.
be fair to you, though, The Witcher doesn't actually take place during the games. They're actually supposedly taking events before and after the game events.
And it's a book series, so it's not like it's
That
just a video
too.
game.
Yeah.
And then it was made into the show. But like, I don't know. I was about to say, why would you want to just watch a TV show when you can play the game? But then at the same time, I haven't played a game in months. So
what
Like,
about something
my
like The
thing-
Last of Us that's coming up on HBO? You're not interested?
I never played The Last of Us.
So wouldn't this be the perfect opportunity to watch the show and see what the hype is
Listen,
about?
I love zombie things, and I know it's on about zombies, so I'd probably watch it. But like zombie drama shows, I'm like, like The Walking Dead. I'm like, I watched a couple seasons, it was good, but then I'm like, all right, that's enough talking. Like, I get it.
So I will say
The zombies would have rotted by now. God, anyways, go on.
I will say that The Last of Us is barely about zombies. Like it's one of those games where zombies are 100% like secondary to the main plot.
See, I don't want that. I'm gonna fight zombies and you can talk to me a little. Shut up.
I mean, you will be
shit.
fighting them a lot. Like you will
Yeah.
go through killing them. However, the story centers around Ellie and Joel and, their experience with living in this world in a much better way than I think The Walking Dead does. But I think video game, like I haven't played the new God of War yet. I played the originals like years ago. I haven't played the new one yet. Would I watch this show? I mean, if they got a sexy ass man to play him, fuck yes.
Just get Henry Cavill. Just get him. Just make him. He wants to be in all the video game.
Yeah,
please,
no.
I need somebody
No.
that got some color on their skin. No offense, I love him. I just want somebody who got a little something.
A little
Some
melanin.
color.
Okay, I can get with that.
Can I have that a
But
little bit?
God, he grinds up so good, you know?
And he cleans up good too. He's too perfect.
I know. And he plays video games and he's like a fucking nerd. What is wrong with him? Does he like kill cats on the weekends or something?
Please don't put that image in.
There just has to be something wrong with him. Like there has to be. Maybe he has
Yeah,
like
he's in the DCEU.
Oh, that's okay.
yes, and he is the Man of Steel. It's the only reason I watched it.
I am going to move on because of the double entendres being thrown out here. So the 2021 BAFTA Game Award nominees have been announced. The categories include animation, artistic achievement, audio achievement, best game, British game, debut game, evolving game, family game, game beyond entertainment, game design, multiplayer game, music, narrative game, original property, technical achievement, and EE Game of the Year, voted by the public. I am not going to give you guys all of those nominees. However, I'll ask you guys, are there any nominees that you would like, any categories you'd like to hear the nominees for?
Whichever one's It Takes Two is in.
So I'll give you guys like a quick list of a lot of the games nominated, which include Call of Duty Vanguard, It Takes Two, Kena Bridge of Spirits, Life is Strange True Colors, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, The Artful Escape, Resident Evil Village, Returnal, Deathloop, Halo Infinite, Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxy, Inscription, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I probably said that one already. Death's Door is in one of them. Alba, A Wildlife Adventure, Forza Horizon 5, Sable, Eastward, The Forgotten City, Genesis Noir, Maquette, Toem, Among Us is there, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Apex Legends, Disco Elysium, Fortnite, No Man's Sky, Mario Party Superstars, Unpacking, Chicory, A Colorful Tale, Game Builder Garage, I think that Back for Blood, I think I said Forza, Hell Let Loose, I said It Takes Two. Yeah, I think that's all the games nominated at the BAFTA Game Awards for 2021.
It just feels like those came out so long
ago,
like...
right? I was reading the list and I was like,
it feels like a year ago's nominees, not like last year, like 3 months ago last year. It feels like we've gone a full year. It's been a rough few months.
I completely agree with that. I was doing we were in the process of moving all the articles over to the new website, and Gabe's review, which you should check out, of Death's Door came up, and I was like, how the fuck was this like a few months ago? I feel like this was literally like 2 fucking years ago. Like, what is going on? So I completely understand. Like, I was seeing articles that were written last year and feeling like they were like 2 years ago, and I was like, what is time? It's a concept, you know. Daylight savings time is ending on Saturday, so by the time you're hearing this, time will have probably changed. So don't fuck yourself up like I might. Yeah, that's that. All right, so I don't know if you guys know, but Sony recently asked a court to dismiss a lawsuit alleging widespread sexism at PlayStation, because they cited that there were lack of facts in the lawsuit. Yesterday, 8 more women came forward to share their stories. Quote, I believe Sony is not equipped to appropriately handle toxic environments. Yeah, 8 more accounts of alleged sexism and discrimination at Sony PlayStation have been added to a potential class action lawsuit against the company, according to a new report. I would say that I'm surprised, but I'm not.
I'm not
I was
at all
just waiting
surprised.
for it to happen. This is going to be Sony or Microsoft that came up first.
This is so sad.
It is. It's extremely sad. But
It never ends. It never fucking ends.
No, I have nothing. I am not surprised that at a tech company this is happening. It's just not surprising to me at all. I have a STEM degree. As a woman, everything that I did was explained then to me again. Like, it's just, I'm not saying it's not going to change, but I'm just saying, like, I am in no way surprised, which is why I did not get a job doing something like crazy in tech, because I was just going to be told how to do my job by people who probably know less than me. Seriously.
This sucks so much. Like, I can't even begin to imagine what that's like. That is such trash. I'm so sorry.
I mean, things are changing, but I mean, if you hear like some of the experiences of like women in tech, it's like they're like literally have a master's in computer science, and some guy with a bachelor's or a certificate is like telling them how it works. Like, it's just whatever.
Yeah.
I guess, I mean, when people come forward, I mean, I'm assuming that's what happened. Sexism doesn't sound like sexual harassment, so I feel like this is more along the lines of probably what went on, not like something more sinister.
So I will read you some of it then. This is from, where's this from? GameInformer.com, written by my favorite Game Informer employee, Wesley. And it says, quote, these 8 claims will be added to the claims of former Sony IT security analyst Emma Maggio. She filed a lawsuit against the company last year alleging that Sony discriminated against female employees, including those who are female and those who identify as female, in compensation and promotion, and subjects them to a work culture predominated by men. Oh my God. Majo sought court approval in 2021 to turn her case into a class action lawsuit, stating that she filed the suit on behalf of herself and all women who have worked for Sony before and those still working there. And in February, as mentioned, Sony asked the court to dismiss the case. So what other? Here we are. These women's claims include demeaning comments, a lack of attention for their ideas and work, unwelcome advances, and a general sense that getting promoted within the company is harder for women, Axios writes. One of them is Marie Harrington, a 16-year veteran of Sony PlayStation. Her filing says there's a lack of women considered for senior roles during calibration sessions, citing that during one session, only 4 women were considered for promotions compared to almost 70 men that were considered. Harrington says she heard comments about female candidates' families' lives in those sessions that weren't made for applicable male candidates too, end quote. So yeah, it's exactly what you said. Being passed up for opportunities, not being taken seriously, 70 men versus 4 women. It's just like, I don't understand when these companies will realize that women in general run shit better than men do.
They do, but like, honestly, if you have women women do get pregnant. And the thing is that a man can just, while his wife or whoever is giving birth, he could literally be in the office. Like when you're a woman, like you have to take time off if you get pregnant. Like I feel like that's a lot of the reason why they don't. That's discrimination.
Be a non-issue if you had more than like a few women working at the top. Unless y'all all got pregnant at the same time, in which case, congratulations, work from home on Zoom and make the men do all the work until you get back.
That is just one of the reasons why I know that they don't really want to move women up, because like I don't know, they don't really take more time off, but like, I don't know.
Also, like it's, you know, what you're saying, I understand that could be a reason, but at the same time, not every woman is going to want to get pregnant.
I mean,
also, if you have more than one fucking woman there, then when one of them does get pregnant, it shouldn't be an issue that she's able to take time off. If it is, then why the fuck do you have so few women available to do this job? That's still, you know, on you as a company. Fucking get your shit together, people. I said I wasn't going to say any bad words today, and look at me, PlayStation. Look at what you're making me do. Now, what y'all need to do is figure out the chip situation and get some fucking PlayStations back in rotation, and then hire all the women to fix your fucking problems because you can't get your shit together.
Honestly, what I do like about, I don't like when this kind of stuff happens, but what I feel like happens, like a bunch of women come forward, oh, we're not being taken seriously, all of this stuff. And then they're like, oh shit, we got to hire a bunch of women. So I just, for all those ladies that are about to apply at Sony, I wish you the best. They need women.
They do.
You know,
and
put in your apps.
Unfortunately, the back half of that is the sad part, which is that they then hire a bunch of women and there's no upper management to support those women that get there. And then they're continued to not be treated great. So not only should you hire women, you should hire women and upper management that can help protect the women that are getting hired. Also, another thing that usually happens, I know I feel like I'm shitting on all of this, like, but I mean, it's just, you know, my experience is that another thing that happens is that you will get an influx of people to look good. And then once that period is over, that's it. Yeah, I think the best example of this that I can give is just talking about the gaming industry, just specifically talking about the gaming industry, looking at Black History Month of last year, during current events where Black Lives Matter was a huge thing, and it was like all of the news, and there was a bunch of, you know, unfortunately there was a bunch of negative press towards Black people and media and police and dealing with issues, and how many companies were very adamant about their support of and diversity and hiring more Black people and fixing like diversity issues within gaming, and Twitch having Black people on the front of Twitch for the entirety of Black History Month. In 2022, I cannot tell you that any of that happened from any website. A year later, I can't tell you what has changed.
There was a carousel for Black History Month
on Twitch.
But it was at the bottom of the page, and they did the same thing for Women's History Month.
I was just gonna bring that up as well.
They're like at the bottom. You have to scroll down. They're supposed to be featured.
And so
they're supposed to be featured, and they're just at the bottom. Like, oh, sorry, our big cash cow white men are at the top, guys, but we have a carousel. You're on the front page, but you know, just you're like a little lower.
That's exactly what I mean. And so when situations like this happen, it's like, yeah, you guys are gonna try to fix your things, hire women, and then what, you hire 5 women this year, this lawsuit goes away, and you don't hire anymore for the next 3 years because it's not relevant anymore to your purpose, to your agenda. I was really, really disappointed, especially with Twitch, because I was just going to mention the same thing that you mentioned about Women's History Month. Like, you don't see shit unless you scroll to the bottom of the fucking page, which like they were all last year, they were all about celebrating everything. They were, because people, you know, were on them for being a platform that wasn't being supportive to minority groups. And like once people were on them, you know, every fucking week we talked about Twitch apologizing and wanting to do better to some community and then doing something to try to make it better. And now, when's the last time we've talked about them doing anything for diversity on this podcast since this year?
And I've been kind of like off Twitter, but like today I get on Twitter. I'm on streamer Twitter. I follow a bunch of streamers. They're all the women. They're just talking about getting hate raids. Like it's just it's like when they're featured, they get more hate than ever. Like it's just I don't know. It's you can't like you're featured, that's great, yay, but then you have to end your stream because someone's coming in saying slurs to you or just hacking your shit or posting your address. Like what? Okay, I don't feel very celebrated, you know?
At all.
Yeah.
Yeah, you shouldn't, because it's been trash. But you know it's not trash.
You're gonna tell us.
I am gonna tell you, Square Enix has launched a new YouTube channel with original soundtracks, original sound recordings across their publishers' libraries, including Final Fantasy, Saga, Mana, Nier, all those series, and even more. So if you don't have it on Apple Music or Spotify, you can go to the official YouTube channel of Square Enix, and they have a bunch of OSTs across across a bunch of titles with lovely, wonderful gaming soundtracks. Also, Super Nintendo World is opening in 2023 at Universal Studios Hollywood. You can level up with exclusive merch at the Feature Presentation Store, which is opening soon. Are any of you going to be going to Universal Studios Hollywood to see Super Nintendo World when it opens in 2023?
If these fucking gas prices go down, maybe, I don't know, like Jesus. Yeah, I mean, I would like to though, for sure.
I mean, I'm gonna just take a plane and save myself from fueling up my car to drive to California.
Oh, I'm sure that gas prices aren't affecting planes at all, or
I mean,
Ubers or
remember
anything.
I can this Bloom for free, so
yeah.
That's fine. I'm just saying you
Train's
can't fly directly
option.
to the. Have you checked train prices? I was gonna take a train to
Virginia,
I
have, but
it's insane.
Yeah, I have, but they're still a good option. Did you try that? No, never mind. That's something I'll ask later. It was going to be more about trains. That's not what we're talking about right now.
Okay. Well, I'm happy to know that you'll both go. Hopefully I can fit in some suitcase and go myself.
That's called, never mind.
What?
Nothing.
What is that called?
That's breaking the rules, Jarrell. There's a code.
Yeah, there's a
code. Do you
code.
think I'm paying to get into Super Nintendo World?
Air travel.
No, you're going to have someone else pay for you. We know.
All right, so Amazon has addressed a criticism of Lost Ark female representation because I have not played Lost Ark. Have either of you played Lost Ark?
I've seen it, but
no, sorry, that was not for you, Kelly. Okay, I have not seen or played Lost Ark.
Isn't it like an Amazon thing? Because I'm not playing a fucking Amazon game.
It is that Amazon game, yes.
After New World, I'm like, I'm not getting another Amazon game.
Wait, why? Tell me why. What's wrong with New World? What's wrong? Like, tell me.
Because to me, I had fun with the game. The game was very fun, but it's like I'm starting to think that maybe I'm not in tune with games as much as most people are. Because like a lot of these games that people say have problems, like people had problem with New World and the queues, and then they had problem with actually doing things in the game that it like after the end game there's nothing to do. But like so when that's reported, like that chases players away, but also not being able to get into a server chases players away. So every time I play it, there's like maybe 10 other people online. So, like, I'm not gonna play this MMO with 10 other people who, mind you, because the game you're split into 3 factions, and I apparently chose the faction that has the least amount of player activity in my server, and I don't feel like making another server because you got to delete the progress of your old character.
I'm sorry, making another server? I don't understand.
I'm making another character in another server.
Okay.
Sorry,
I thought you were like making your own. I was like, the problem is you're making your own private server.
This is not Minecraft. I'm not making myself servers. But yeah, I'm like, so I don't know. Like to me, I like the game, but then also my friends are a bunch of bozos, and they're like, yeah, let's play games, and then we play Brawlhalla and fucking Phasmophobia every night. Like it's not. We don't do it every other night.
Oh my god, y'all still play Brawlhalla? That's so cute.
We only play it because they don't want to get Switches. Well, 2 of them don't want to get Switches.
It's been 5 years.
Bros. That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm like, my God,
play them
a fucking Switch.
Play them last episode's recording as to why they should get a Switch. It'll convince them.
No, trust me, it won't. And yeah, so we play Brawlhalla. It's also free. So that's another reason why we just got it and smack around each other.
Okay. All right, so anyway, this is from Eurogamer.net, written by Ed Nightingale. I'm sorry, the reason I did that is because like Brawlhalla is free. Like, what is preventing that? Like, I don't understand. I don't get how this connects. So y'all would just rather, your friends would just rather play Brawlhalla for free than get a Switch. Why
To play
Brawlhalla?
Smash.
Like,
It's like a Smash type game.
Yeah, it's like a Smash
Fighting
game. Yeah,
I see.
it's a platform fighting game. And we all already have PCs, so it's like, what they're like, why would I spend $300-$400 to get?
But they can spend what? Okay, before I quote the wrong price, how much is the Switch
$199.
Lite?
I'm sorry, me and my friends are bougie. We do not get Switch Lites.
But y'all don't want to pay for a real Switch.
You're bougie, but you don't
Y'all,
want
two of us.
Okay,
I mean,
I apologize.
if you look into it, the other two, they have pretty decent gear.
It's okay.
computer gear.
This is the reason I didn't say anything is because I've gone on a tangent about what your friends own, and that's unnecessary. So we can talk about it after. So this article says, quote, since the MMORPG arrived in the West last month, some players have expressed disappointment in both the gender lock classes and the prevalence of revealing female outfits. In a statement to Eurogamer, Amazon Games franchise lead Suman Park has noted that changes on both issues are on the way. The class of your in-game character is tied to their gender. For example, only men can be warriors and only women can be mages. A blog post from developer Smilegate last year acknowledged this as an issue, but Park states that female Berserker is the next class to hit the game in Korea. Here's the quote. First, let's start with gender-locked classes. This is something that will roll out over time. Classes are tied pretty closely to their character models in terms of function and animation, so bringing opposite gender characters to a class takes more work than just making a differently gendered model available. However, Smilegate RPG is actively working on this. The female Berserker is the next class coming to Korea. While not every class in the game currently has a male and female counterpart available, we made an effort to include those that do in our launch class lineup. In the future, Smilegate RPG will be creating more counterparts for classes that are still gender locked, and will bring those to Arcesia in time. Players have also been critical of the female armor sets, many of which are overtly revealing. Something brought up by Emma in her Lost Ark review. Park continues, as for armor sets, while we aren't altering any of the original costumes from the game, we are making adjustments so that the more revealing options won't be front and center in places like our marketing or the initial character creation screen. Although the original character creator outfits are still available in game's early drops. So, it says we're also including in some new outfit options that are not quite as revealing, but these are an addition and not a replacement. So what I read from this is that they're making adjustments so that the more revealing options won't be front and center, and you won't see them in ads. However, when you play the game, those same revealing ass outfits will be there. Not only that, but yeah, we know that classes are tied to gender, and like, to tide you over, the next warrior style class is going to be a girl. Good luck. That's what I got from that. What did you guys get from that? Am I wrong?
That's what I got. And like, my thing is, if you're still gonna be doing stuff like that in this year, like, you know, revealing armor sets and locking genders to classes, be different. Switch it up a bit. Make the warrior class only available to women, and then the mage class only available to men. Like, it's just so cliche, like, oh, the men get to be the warriors and the women are in the back being mages shooting spells. Like, if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna be sexist, switch it around a bit. Make the warriors women, make the men mages. I'm pretty sure the healing class is also women.
I disagree with you. There is no reason. I know what you're saying. Like, if you're going to do it, you might as well switch it around. Yeah, I can, because there's no reason that an MMO. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. There's no reason that an MMO made any time past the year 2020 should have gender locked fucking classes. There's zero reason when you have, and I'm gonna bring up Blizzard for a little bit, and I'm not giving them praise because they're still shitty. However, even fucking 2006 World of Warcraft doesn't have fucking classes tied to gender, and that game looks like shit. Okay, Final Fantasy 14 does not have classes tied to gender. You're telling me that I can create a character in an MMO, but my character's class is tied to their fucking gender? That makes no sense in the year 2022. 0 sense whatsoever. Also, this placebo effect of taking it out of the marketing, that's bullshit. If it's going to be in your game, leave that shit in the marketing so people know what the fuck they're getting into. Like, don't just try to, oh yeah, people are complaining, so and like they're not even fucking hiding it. They're literally just like, it's still going to be there, we'll add more options, but it's still going to be there. But because people are complaining, we're just not going to advertise it as much. But when you put it in, like when you play the game, it's still going to fucking be there. Like, there were conscious decisions made. And also the bullshit about, you know, character models and armor, etc. I get it. We all fucking get it. I'm not a developer. However, I understand a little bit of what goes into that from playing Final Fantasy 14, right? And that game, Final Fantasy 11, had classes tied to specific races. And so there were characters that could only be like, certain races were only either male or female. However, the classes weren't tied to them. So like your race did not determine your class, but there were races that were only male and only female. And then when the game was remade into 14, Yoshida was like, yo, this is trash, let's not do that. And then he came out and was able to make all races, aside from the Hrothgar, which I won't talk about, all races were able to have both genders. And it's so simple. I don't know how many people are working on Lost Ark, so I can't comment on the team for Lost Ark. However, I know that it takes a lot of work, but do not release your game until that work is done, is what I would say. Because I feel like this is just unacceptable in 2022. This is literally the epitome of unacceptable, is this and you know, Gabe was right, it's essentially sexism. And not even essentially, it is sexism.
Yeah. If they would have just done any sort of like survey for MMORPG players, they would know that we want all the options. And guess what? I want skimpy outfits for male characters as well. I want them for females. I want them for males. I want suits of armor for females. I want them for males. Like, you're going to have more people play your game when there's more options for every gender. Because guess what? Not every guy wants to play a guy character. Not every female wants to play a female character. Like, I always pick women because obviously, but like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. More people are going to play your game, the more options that they have. And that's always been kind of like complaints about WoW and other MMORPGs. Is like, oh, what do you mean I can't have this? Like, they had to add the bunny boy in Final Fantasy 14 because they only had the female, you know, like, yeah, rabbit character. And like, it was just like stupid. Like, give me a bunny boy right now or I'm gonna riot. Like, come on. There was no point to not have it. But then now everyone's a bunny boy and I love it.
And even that decision was made by the developers, who were like, you know, the fans really want this, and they did come forward and say the reason that there's only females and only males here is because of time constraints. Like, we had set a date for this, and one of the things we had to put on the back burner was that, and it became a big deal to be on the back burner because it's exactly what Kelly said. People want options. There's no reason you should be like taking options away from people in 2022. Like, there's gender is so fucking fluid. Be whatever the fuck you want. Like, and that's one of the things I do love about 14 is that I logged on the other day and I saw like this big ass dude wearing 2B's dress from fucking Nier, and it was great. And I was like, yes, we should be able to fucking do this, whether it's how you want to express yourself or not. We should have fucking gay marriage in this video game. It's a fucking video game, you stupid fuckers. Gosh, I keep saying I'm not gonna say any bad words and it just keeps happening. It's because y'all are upsetting me. Like, it's so upsetting that this is Lost Ark's answer. And I think what upsets me the most is what you said.
What did I say?
The fact that I agree with you that like a simple survey could have told them. Like, you don't have to do much to know what people want. Like, a simple survey could have told them, okay, we're headed in the wrong direction here.
Wasn't, because like New World was an Amazon game also,
Mhm.
and it's an MMO. Like, you had people already playing an MMO that you made. Ask them questions, see what kind of characters they're choosing, gather their data, and make informed decisions from it. It's not hard. But like, I don't know, whatever. I just feel like Gabe said there's like 10 people playing New World now. In another few months, everybody will be back to WoW and Final Fantasy 14. Bye,
Hopefully.
Lost Ark.
I actually didn't even know
Bye.
Lost Ark was a thing until you sent that thing. I've never seen any type of advertisement for it.
Me neither. I've watched it on Twitch though, and people were like into it, but like it's another, like, a lot of games now don't have like the staying power, and I don't know why. It's just like they don't have the staying power, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know
all
what
of
it
our
is.
brains are accustomed to 6 seconds of attention span thanks to TikTok. I was just talking shit. Like, I'm just talking shit. I'm not.
I fucking love TikTok though, right?
But you also brought up a point that I quickly want to touch on as well, which is and I know I'm about to praise PlayStation, even though they're sexist pigs, so don't praise them, but their in-game studios, we are aware, do talk to one another to be able to use assets and teach each other to make better games. And I think Amazon's game studio needs to have a way for these developers to talk to one another and share experiences so that shit like this doesn't happen. I understand that they're being published by Amazon and they're different developers, but like, they should be able to speak to one another and figure out what's working and what's not. And then you won't have issues like this. The last thing I want to talk about is the PlayStation State of Play that happened. You good?
I didn't even know there was one.
You okay, Gabe?
No, I'm sorry. You said
Oh my
state of
God.
play, and I fell asleep a little bit.
Kelly, what's so funny is that the first game that was shown, I was like, oh my God, I have to tell Kelly. Like, she's gonna love this shit. It looks really
What?
bad though, because all the games look bad. I'll give you guys everything announced in Sony's PlayStation State of Play from Eurogamer.net. So here's everything announced in Sony's PlayStation State of Play. There was a ton. So let's get started by saying nothing good. That's my opinion. The show started off with Exoprimal, a new 2023 co-op action game from Capcom in which you fight loads of dinosaurs. It was literally
Your face.
funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, Kelly likes dinosaurs. But as I watched, I was like, this shit looks so bad. Capcom, why? Like, why are y'all doing this? But I swear to you, I was like, I would have so much fun doing this shit with Kelly. Like, I feel like we would just have a shit ton of fun fucking killing
I'm
dinosaurs.
down. Yeah, I'm down to do that.
Literally, the dinosaurs were raining from the sky. Like, that is not an exaggeration. They were literally raining out of the sky. And I was like, this is the most original game I've seen in a very long time. Like, I'll give them that. It was very original. Shit was crazy. Yeah, so there's Exoprimal. There's also another look at Tokyo Ghostwire Tokyo, I said that backwards, which is due later this month. And we also saw another look at Stranger Paradise Final Fantasy Origins, which is out at March 18th. And there is another demo that came out, the final demo that is available now. And then there was a bunch of Square Enix stuff because they don't know where to put their money. So they just throw their money at everything and just develop every fucking thing that comes down their aisle, even if it's trash. Looking at you, Babylon's Fall. And they showed us another trailer for Forspoken with its new release date of October 11th. We also saw Gundam Evolution and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga collection, and Gigabash, a kaiju brawler coming to 2022, and a remake of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle, now called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R, the remake of the 2013 fighting game. And then there was Trek to Yomi, a black and white look like side-scroller samurai slasher There was also an update for Returnal called the Ascension Update, which brings campaign co-op and a new survival mode. And then we got more from Square Enix, which included the Diofeld Chronicle, due out later this year, and an action RPG called Valkyrie Elysium, also due out later this year. And that was it. Kai, I know you didn't see it, but did any of that sound interesting to you? No, because it wasn't.
I kind of zoned out because nothing
Right.
sounded interesting, except maybe the dinosaur thing. But if you didn't tell me what it was, I would have just been like, moving on.
I have to send you that trailer. I need you to watch
So
it.
I'll look up the trailer.
It was
It's-
literally the funniest thing I've ever seen. I was literally, because I was not at home, so I was at a friend's house, and I was like somewhat paying attention, but I was also like typing messages, and I looked up and I was like, are those fucking dinosaurs falling out of the sky? Like, what the fuck is this? And then it's like Capcom, and I was like, what the fuck are y'all doing over there? Like, y'all don't have nothing else to do? Like, is this the shit that y'all are publishing now? Like, what is happening? And then I thought I should message Kelly, because clearly we should just run around killing fucking dinosaurs raining from the fucking sky. Gabe, do you have any thoughts about it aside from a snooze fest?
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Cowabunga collection looked fun. There's I
Y'all
think it's
love
Turtles
old
in Time.
games.
Actually, no, it's actually only Turtles in Time that I'm interested in, even though like collection has like, was it 9, 12 games?
That's a lot.
Yeah, I'm only getting it for Turtles in Time because my brother and I used to play it a shit ton on the SNES, and we're gonna play it now that we're older and maybe actually beat it because we know what we're doing.
Is Brandon a single, an only child? No, right? Is he?
I think he's an only child, but he has a lot
Has like
of
a
nephews
big
and
family.
cousins. Yeah.
Well, he said that he has nephews. They're not your nephews unless they're your
Unless you
siblings'
have
children.
That's
Oh,
true.
big brain. Yo, it's late. We're tired. And the only other
See?
thing that I was interested was in being able to surf in Forspoken. It's
It was
pretty
so cool.
Like it was so randomly put into the trailer. Like you're seeing like her fight, doing all this cool parkour, hardcore stuff in midair, and throwing all these spells out. And then all of a
And then
sudden
she
she's
just fucking
surfing.
like surfing, and I was
Yeah,
like,
she
this shit is
starts
so
surfing.
cool.
Like she turns the water into a surfboard and surfs. That was Tits McGee. But
Literally
that's,
started screaming when I saw that.
that's literally about it. That was I've come to realize that a lot of early year presentations, no matter if it's Nintendo, Sony, Apple, it's I guess they do it just to do it and to let you know here's some of the new things we're working on, but like it's I don't know, it's just early year presentations are starting to bore the living shit out of me. I'm sure there's people that are like, oh my gosh, more RPG games for us to play. But
you know, speaking of those RPG games, my biggest complaint, which I'm sure you've already read in chat, was how not diverse this fucking presentation was. Also, my other biggest complaint was how ugly everything looked. Like there was not a good looking game aside from Forspoken. And
some of those
I did say that a lot of these games look like they are out of like 2015. What not 2015?
2012?
No, like 2018, 2019 Switch era. Like a lot of the games literally look like they were from like 4 years ago on Switch. And I was like, y'all showing me this for PS5 and it looks like this? I'm not at all interested. That shit looks so bad. The best looking game was Forspoken. The only good looking game, honestly. Gundam Evolution looked like trash. Giga Bash was random as fuck. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fighter game looks so bad.
They need to stop making anime fighting games if they're not going to put in a shit ton of time into them.
I completely agree. Yes,
they usually end up so garbage. Like, what was it? What the hell was that? The one that you just found out that they took off of digital store.
I forgot the name of it.
So did I. But it's the one with all the anime characters. Like, don't get me wrong, the game itself, like the characters looked amazing, but the game sucked because like the move set was you literally just mash square and then I think triangle at some point to unleash your super. The Xenoverse games for Dragon Ball I mean, Xenoverse 2 finally started picking up again, but that's because they spent time updating the game. And like the last good anime game they made was well, no, actually, see, now that I start thinking about it, Dragon Ball Fighter Z was good, but then it's the one with the swords.
Great example. Dragon Ball Fighter Z looks good too. Guilty Gear Strive that came out also looks good. Samurai Showdown that came out also looks good. King of Fighters also looks good. This remake looks trash. It looks so bad.
You know what I can compare it to? Because I know you're gonna talk about the black outline of the characters. If you guys played the Smash Bros for 3D for the
oh my god, 3DS, yes, that's exactly what it
looks
was.
Like.
And it's like not a fucking 3DS game.
Yeah, with like the same texture and everything. Like I'm not saying it's just like AG. No, it's the same texture, same weird grainy bullshit. That's exactly what it looks like.
Great comparison. Thank you. That's literally what it is. And Nintendo 3DS is how fucking old now? Come on.
I don't actually know. It's gonna make
it's
me
very
feel
old. Very fucking old. Also, I hate that Square Enix. I feel like they just got a lot of money and they don't know what to develop anymore or publish anymore. So like they see something that someone brings them an idea and they're like, we don't have one of those. Sure. And then they do that like 5 times and they end up with the same game because that strategy RPG, the Dielfeld Chronicles, is the same like fucking game as Triangle Strategy. It's the same game as fucking Three Houses. Like they're all the same game. And I found myself saying, I understand what Kelly is talking about now because none of this is original. None of this looks new. Like all of it feels like some shit that I've already seen before. And if this is the future of what we've got for gaming, it's not very exciting. The most new shit was Forspoken. The Returnal co-op is cool. Maybe I'll play it now because I can't do that shit by myself.
So I think that a lot of what we see in the state of play, it could even be like strategic. Like maybe they want other games to look bad in comparison to Forspoken or that Returnal update because they see people are excited for a state of play. And the only thing that you're thinking of when it's over is Forspoken. You'll probably buy that game. Like you guys were already thinking about buying it, but if I had watched that and it was the only game that I could even remember or cared about, people are probably more likely to buy it. Like, I think it could be a marketing tactic, literally, like show them a bunch of like shitty older games. Some people will buy those, but like show them Forspoken. Yeah. Show them Forspoken as the takeaway that they're going to care about and they'll buy it. More people will probably buy it now. They showed a new feature. You guys are talking about the surfing. Like, I really think like they are very smart marketers and it might not just be like they're just throwing money at every shitty game. I think it could be a little bit more strategic than we think, but I do work in marketing, so
I agree with you. However, I still think the Square Enix is throwing money at it, whatever
they could be
like.
Well, because they have a lot of money right now. They have like
they have FF14 money and it's making them a lot of money. And then you see like their failures, like fucking Marvel's Avengers, Babylon's Fall. Like they have so many bad games, but it's okay because they have so much money.
But Final Fantasy 14 was a failure when it started, and now it's like a cash cow. Like I think that they're just holding on because some of these games will later have like
no.
Okay.
Because and the difference is because that's an MMO, so it has room to build. Nobody is going back to play fucking Babylon's Fall anymore. Nobody's going back to play Marvel's Avengers.
Listen, if you're not making MMOs right now, what the fuck are you doing?
Look at Outriders.
Get out of my
Who
face.
still plays Outriders? Another one Square Enix just threw their money behind. Like they don't care anymore.
I finally bought that fucking game.
You know what's funny to me is that in the age now of like streaming, what I noticed whenever I streamed, because I don't stream anymore, if you didn't have the game the day it came out, don't ever buy it.
Yep.
Don't buy it because no one is ever going to watch your shit. No one is ever going to be in your stream if you're not playing that game the day it fucking comes out, because some games last 24 hours on fucking Twitch. Yep. New World was one of those. Everybody, New World is my whole thing. New World is like the shit. A week later, like it was over. Like that shit was dead and buried. Like it's just so funny. I feel like the same thing with Lost Ark. Like the other day I got on, everybody was playing Lost Ark, and now it's just like Lost Ark who? We don't know her.
Yep.
Like it's just it ends so quickly now. If you don't catch on, you're dead.
I also agree with you about it possibly being a marketing tactic. The only good thing I will say is that a lot of the games are coming this year, which is nice. It's always nice to see games coming out the same year that they're announced, as opposed to poor Zelda fans that get announcements like 3 years in the past.
Maybe they've done some research and they see these little niche games or what people are buying. I don't know.
Yeah,
like, I'm not looking at the same shit they're looking at, you know?
Yeah. And I also do agree with you that it could be a marketing tactic. And if so, it's a very good one, because that goes along with the thought that Forspoken was not marketed correctly, and they probably had estimates of sales not doing as well as they would have hoped based on interest. And so what do? It's like what Kelly said, you show this really awesome game with new features around a bunch of shitty games, give it some more time, from what was it, May to October
to May.
I don't know that 5 months is going to do much for the game development wise, but that is going to give Square Enix quite a bit of time, and PlayStation quite a bit of time, to really amp up advertising for this title all over the place, especially because it is a console exclusive, right? Forspoken.
I have no idea. I
don't think it's coming to Xbox.
Not immediately, at least.
So yeah, I think this 5 months is legitimately, like Kelly said, like this is their time to show off how cool this looks. So put it next to a bunch of shit we've all seen before, or that doesn't look great, and you got more people excited for it. Although y'all should have been excited for it anyway, because that shit looks great. Go buy it.
Yeah. It might not have been even purposeful either, but to show like a new feature among like a bunch of games that are just like like it still just stands out, and they wanted to stand out. And it to be honest, it's been standing out the whole time. Like it's just like something new, but I think that this really made it really stand out against these other shitty games. Dinosaurs falling from the sky.
That was okay. They got me, because I was not expecting that. I will give them that much. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Which is more than I can say for every other game shown. So they got me on that one.
If you shock me, I'm in.
That's what happened. I was like, I don't want this, but I want it. Like, I don't want to play this. However, I want to play this with Kelly. So something worked. But also there were some people who said, they saw the show open with that and they knew it was going to be trash after. So there you have it, two sides of the same coin. But yeah, shout out to Brandon, who could not come back with us, unfortunately, who apparently thought that this presentation was great, and there are a lot of games that he plans on playing. So it was not for me personally, but kudos to those who enjoyed it.
Very niche games that somebody out there is playing.
I wish he was here so he could tell me why he was excited for these games. Because he said he was excited for them, but he never said why.
Honestly, Jarrell, I think that if you stay busy, like I know you and I are busy, like I don't got time. Like I got to pick like a game and play it. Like I can't be like playing this little bit and this little bit and this little bit. I got to like pick something to be obsessed with for 20 minutes and forget it ever existed. Like Final Fantasy 14. I'm still paying a subscription. 200 hours. I'm obsessed. The next day I forgot.
Yeah, I am like that. So yeah, you're right. And none of these really piqued my interest to grab my 20 minutes away from the games I'm trying to finish. Fair enough. I don't know. I still need to see what this boy likes about them, because he did say he liked them. He never said why. And then I said to him, I bet you don't play any of them, because he's not going to. And then he was like,
yeah, now he's gonna play him just to spite you.
And he was like, you're wrong about that. And I was like, well, yeah, now you're gonna play him just because I said that. You're gonna play him just to spite me, but you weren't gonna play him before. You're like, you don't want these games, bruh. I don't want them. You don't want them. Nobody wants them. Nobody also wants to hear this podcast end. However, all good things must come to an end. Until next week, though. Until next week. No, that's great. I was just about to start partying. You ended it a little too early. Yeah, so thank you, Kelly and Gabe, and spiritually Brandon, who had to leave us. And next week we won't be so tired when we record. Yay. And we'll probably have some peoples coming on more often now, and it's going to be great. Some old voices, some new voices. Hopefully we all remember that it's Thursday next week. And we'll all be here and it'll be fucking great. Anyway, good night, everybody.
Good night,
Bye, everyone.
everybody.
Let's go.